What is going on, traders? We got a jam-packed video, but before we start, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So remember maybe 10 videos ago where I was essentially calling a top in the market, and I was showing you guys this channel and just how often we rejected the top of this channel. Right now we're looking at the triple Q's daily time frame, by the way. And how often we were rejecting the top of this channel. We rejected here, we rejected here, we rejected all in this area, we rejected here. And then we attempted to break out further out of this channel. And then eventually bulls got trapped and then we broke down. And one thing I will say is that calling a top, calling a bottom in the market is very, very risky as a YouTuber. Okay. Very risky. All right. Now, I want you guys to know that I do this for fun. I just enjoy making YouTube videos. I don't need the income. I don't make anything off these videos. So for whatever consequences happen from what I'm about to say, I'm completely fine with. Back then, I told you guys essentially a top was in, and that we can start seeing a sell off happen once we hit the top of these channels. On the triple Qs, the SPY, I showed you guys on the futures. I showed you guys these channels all across the board. I'm about to do I'm about to make a bold claim and pretty much say that I think a bottom is near. Okay. I know, sounds crazy. I might lose subscribers for this. That's completely fine. Okay. I'm willing to be wrong here. I'm 100% willing to be wrong here and even admit that I am wrong. But I do think a bottom is close by. All right. I've showed you guys this channel on multiple ETFs and multiple futures, and I even have more to show you. Okay, so looking at the triple Qs, what have I told you guys? I told you guys between 456 and 460 is a great buying opportunity, and I still stand by that. We go to the 4 hour time frame here, and what happened? We hit 456, a little bit below it, and right away, almost immediately, we started to recover. Okay, we started to recover. We hit all the way away about to 467 range, 468. So congratulations if you actually did buy in on the triple Qs around that 456, 457 target I was talking about. You made you a bag. And then, of course, the triple Qs gave it all back. But I still stand by what I say. I think 456, 460 range is a great buying opportunity. Now, can we head lower than that? We can. A little lower. I would say that much. Just a little lower. Maybe 455, 454 range. The lowest I'm looking at, I said this in the last video, so you guys know I'm not making it up. 450. Okay. That's the lowest I'm looking at. I don't think we're going to go lower than that, at least for the short term. I'm willing to be wrong. Okay. But again, I think the bottom is near, guys. Why do I think the bottom is near? Simply off historical data. We've been respecting this channel for a very, very, very long time, guys. When we hit the top of this channel, we reject. We reject here. We tried to break out. Bulls got trapped. We rejected again. When we hit the bottom of this channel, we bounce. We bounced here. We bounced. We bounced. And right now, we are near the bottom, not only the bottom of the channel, but we are at a daily supply and demand zone. All right. So something to keep in mind here. All right. So again, I think a bottom is near, but maybe that's not enough. Maybe you need to see more. That's completely fine. Let's look at NQ. NQ, pretty much the same thing we're looking at as far as the triple Qs. I mean, it's pretty much a mirror image, and I mean, that makes sense. NQ is essentially the Qs and vice versa. We rejected here. We rejected all in this area here, just like we saw in the triple Qs. We rejected here. We tried to break out, actually, and then we rejected. Bulls got trapped, and we tried to break out again. Bulls got trapped. We broke completely down. What happened as far as the downside? We bounced. We bounced here. We bounced here. And right now, we are heading to the bottom of this channel once again at around 18,750, 750, 18,800 range on the NQ. So, again, it looks like a bottom is near. Let's look at the ES. ES, same thing. ES, we're right there. Like literally right there. Okay. I don't know what would cause us to break further down. But again, we're literally right there. We bounced here, we bounced here, we bounced here. And this is why I've told you guys multiple times in multiple videos to put these channels on your charts. Okay. They are your golden ticket. Okay. Golden ticket. You can't miss this, okay? That way you can have confirmation on when a possible bottom is in or a possible reversal is coming in, and then look at all the gains you could potentially get if you just simply put these channels on your chart. But again, as far as the ES go, I told you guys about 5,450, 5,430 range, and right now we are there. We're at the bottom of this channel on the ES. Something to keep in mind here. Now, SPY is a little bit different here. A little bit different. Now, the SPY is currently below its channel. But what did I tell you guys? I told you guys about 537. And not only 537, but there's a gap fill. And we kind of, I don't think we filled it all the way. I think we have a little more space. We're probably off a few points. But regardless, SPYs, to me, just wanted to fill this gap. And that's it. I think there's potential for a bear trap here. And if you don't believe me, I mean, look what happened up here. We broke above this channel. Bulls got trapped. What happened? We gapped down. Same thing on the triple Qs. We broke above this channel. Bulls got trapped. We gapped down. Okay. Who's to say the same thing isn't happening, but in reverse, where bears are breaking this down or trying to break down or at least fill this gap on the SPY at around 537. And who's to say this isn't a bear trap, just like we saw up here as far as a bull trap? I'm just saying, guys, we got to do the math here. And SPY right now is the only one out of everybody else that's currently outside of its channel. Something to keep in mind here. Me personally, I think that us not going below, well, closing above 537 is a good sign. But I would like us to get above 542, 543 on the SPY. After that, I'm looking at a move to 545 and then 548. Okay. I'm going to stand by what I say or said before that if the SPY gets above 556, I think the market is going to start heading towards previous highs. Okay. Still think that, but we'll have to see what happens if we get there or when we get there. Okay. Triple Qs. As far as your key levels here, triple Qs, you're 462. Okay, I want to see us get above 462. After 462, you're obviously looking at 465, and then after that, you're looking at 468, which was where we originally filled our gap right here. Okay, 468. If we get above 468, we're looking at a move to 474. We get above 474. At that point, I think we're ready to start revisiting previous highs on the triple Qs all the way up to this gap fill at around 493, 494. But let's not jump the gun. Let's focus on the short term levels first. But for now, I think triple Qs above 456 is a good sign. Okay, simple as that. We're above this daily supply and demand zone. We're close to the bottom of this channel. I think this is a very, very good sign, guys, in my opinion. Okay, do what you want with this information. But right now, everything looks prime for a bottom. But let's say that's not enough. Maybe you want a little more. Okay, maybe you want a little more confirmation. All right, cool. Let's look at semiconductor ETFs. SOXL. All right, SOXL. Look where we are on SOXL. Daily time frame. We rejected this trend here. We bounced here. We bounced here. And look where we are all over again. We're at the top of this trend. Not only are we at the top of this trend, we are at the top of a daily supply and demand zone. I think this is a great buying opportunity for SOXL. Not only that, but we filled this gap right here on SOXL as well. And we rejected the gap. I told you guys, gaps have very strong support and resistance. We rejected the gap as well. So, I mean, it's looking good. Maybe that's not enough. Let's look at SMH. Same exact thing, guys. We bounced here. We bounced here. We bounced here. Look what we're doing. Again, we're rejecting this daily supply and demand zone and the bottom of this channel. Okay, this channel right here. Okay, so I'm not making this up. I'm not forcing things. You guys see it here. I'm showing you exactly where the bounces and rejections are. I'm showing you guys where the daily supply and demand zones are. So, I'm not making these supply and demand zones up. We rejected here. Look how often we rejected here. We rejected here. We rejected all in this area. We rejected here as well. And then we consolidated within the supply and demand zone. We broke out. We came back down, retested the supply and demand zone, and broke further to the upside. I'm just saying, 1 plus 1 equals 2. And right now, everything looks like it is ready to reverse, except for the SPY. Okay, I will say that much, except for the SPY. But we could be looking at a bear trap on the SPY. Now, I'm not going to say we can't see a little more downside heading into tomorrow. I think we can, But I do think heading into next week, because next week is crazy. Like next week, we have tons of earnings. We have Powell speaking. Next week is going to be crazy. I think if anything was going to pretty much count a bottom being in, next week will be it. So that's really all I have for this video, guys. Also, it's important to note tomorrow we have core PCE data at 8:30 Eastern. I don't know if I went over this. We have consumer sentiment as well. And that's really all I have. Okay. If you're wondering why my energy is low, someone asked me, like, yo, your energy is low in your videos. It's simply because I have a bad cough. So I don't want to get too excited. I'll definitely be going over buying opportunities and making a stocks video. I know you guys like those videos where, we're talking about packing our bags and going to the moon. Right now, our bags are still on Earth. We're still stuck with our families, guys. There's just nothing out there right now. I do see some buying opportunities. I'm actually lying. I do see some buying opportunities. I just want to see how tomorrow turns out, maybe Monday, and then I'll give you guys a stocks video on buying opportunities, great buying opportunities. All right. We did it before. We did it with Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. What else? It was a few others, I think Nvidia. So yeah, we went crazy on those videos. So I'm looking to repeat the same process, give you guys 5 more stocks and see what happens from there. But other than that, that's all I have. Discord link is in the description below. If you want access to our text message alerts, where you get all my signals sent directly to your phone via text message, the website is below. It just says get SMS alerts, and everything else is self-explanatory. But other than that, that's all I have. Until the next video, traders, have a good one.